So today we have a small amount of CRP we got to burn left, and then I really don't know what we're gonna do after that. I mean, I really don't. So we're gonna get this CRP burned and then move forward from there. Smells like we've been burning stuff in here. While Dylan and Andrew are working on pulling some little cedar trees that have grown into that CRP, I'm responsible for getting the fire tender wagon up the road to where we're going to be burning. My hope is, though, is that the good old weather crack wheels don't crack the rest of the way on the way. I think we might make it. And also, not having the loader on this tractor makes it feel like a completely different tractor. I've not ever been one for just taking off the loader to just take off the loader, but I might not be one to take off the loader to take off the loader. As chilly as it's getting, I don't think any of us are going to complain too much about having a fire lit. I think we're burning like 3 or 4 acres, so, and it should be a pretty easy burn. It's windy. But this burn's protected by this field and a road, so as long as it doesn't go against the wind and get into the trees, we're fine. Don't want to drive through the grass because I don't want to burn wherever you drive. Yeah, this is going to go quick.
Hello everybody. We're burning again today. It actually feels good today. That's kind of nippy. Anyway, it's time for Name That YouTuber. I'm gonna give you a hint. This YouTuber says this: welcome to beautiful Jackson County, Iowa. I did my best. That's kind of a rough interpretation. So there it tells you it's in Jackson County, Iowa. So if you know that YouTuber, name it down in the comments.
Well, we're gonna have to see if I still know how to run this thing. Cab is a lot less spacious. Oh, this should be interesting. Man. I think I used to be able to zip around with this thing. I'm just trying to move enough dirt to fill in these 2 tire tracks.
Territory right there.
That's where we could enter that Toby Keith song, I ain't as good as I once was. Well, I was good once, if I ever was. Makes you thankful for the Kubota. bucket. So today we are working on the planter again. We've got some bushings that are worn out on it. This planter gets a lot of no-till acres on it. It's really hard on the arms and the bushings. They get worn out. This winter we really should have had this in here, but we didn't get it in. Multitude of reasons. Last year we did a video on this, but Precision Planter Solutions, they make these bushing kits for these arms where you can ream out the hole, put in a bushing and a collar and a bolt. You'll see again in this video. Those worked really darn good for us last year. I do believe, I'd have to check on the website and I'll say yes or no right here. They now have arms already built for your planter. So the reaming out of holes and stuff that we're gonna be doing in this video, you might not actually have to be able to do that. You could actually just buy the arms, and these arms they worked really darn good. So what happens is over the acres you go over, you start to get a lot of slop in these arms, and I'll see if I can show. Basically, these bushings and stuff right here wear out, and it makes the planter not ride right. So Andrew and I are gonna dive into this first row unit here. We'll kind of show you guys a step-by-step process of how we're gonna get it torn apart. Andrew's already been working on it. First thing we've already gotten done is the downsprings are off. This actually row unit's pretty busted up. You want to show them where it's broken down there? I think I planted about 50 acres with it like that last year to finish up. But let's get to work.
Some people do their best work in the dark. But...
People don't talk to. Do you consider yourself? I'm glad I kind of got put in.
Am I going the right way? Dylan, you want to come check and see if I'm going the right way? Oh!
You can answer it then.
Oh, I didn't drill nothing. It just went into the chuck. I was like, man, that went right through that sucker. I'd say that drill is junk. See the wobble in that sucker? Yeah, it kind of does. Just go through it. I'm talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to YouTube.
Let's go all out at hogs. What that might have done to you, I'm guessing.
Ouch!
There's over 471,000 subscribers. Farmer from Iowa.
Pretty much. My family is very laid back, and so when I get a little on about keeping the shop farming, so I'm not interested in watching farmers trees grow because, that's super exciting. The only thing that you can learn is by making videos. Teaching skills.
Companies that are interested in working with you.
Spring, my grandpa was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer.
Years. Now they've got this whole social media thing, this whole digital, this whole YouTube, and now they're trying to play catch up.
That they're working with. So, where does credibility lie there?
I can't remember how to get those through. Come on. There we go, got that one. I might have to take this thing off.
Talk about it, you want to spread it, but there's times where you're like, well, I know this person is not gonna like what I'm saying. And there's times where, the old devil's like kind of pushing you and saying, all right, just don't do this.
Oh, I hit my finger again. Come on.
I really know. God works in mysterious ways, and He prepared me for a lot of things.
All right, before I finish wrapping up this row unit over here, let's talk about real quickly about what the change is happening on when you do this system. So option one is to just go buy new arms and stuff like that and bushings and put your new planter or put it onto your planter. The problem is that usually just more than the bushings wear out on the planter, so your tolerances get kind of iffy. This is what comes with the planter. It works okay, I guess, when they come. I think the new Kinsey planters have new bushing designs. The older planters, here's what you got. You got a bolt, a washer, and a bushing, and then one of these pinch nuts. I call them pinch nuts. Suckers, I hate them. But they work because they stay on. So what you have here is basically this bushing right here rides inside the arm. Okay, so here's an arm that hasn't been reamed out yet. This bushing goes right in here. This one's not too bad, but you can tell it's a little bit wallered out here. But it wallers the arm. Is wallered a national term? Wears. So it wears the arm a bit and not always the bushing. So if you go and replace just your bushings, if your bushings wear out, your holes can be out of tolerance and you'll still have slop. When you ream it out, it then puts a new size of hole on there, so your tolerances are back to spec. On top of that, when you do this, you then get this set up right here. This becomes the bushing that the arms ride on, which the bolt here has a collar on it, and that bolt goes through the arm plate on the planter, which is this one right here, which you also ream out. You ream everything out to a new spec, and then this becomes your bushing. So you're going from this as a bushing to this as a bushing. You gain a significant amount of surface area there that these arms are riding on. And then on top of that, after you ream out the hole, you pound in these bushing sleeves right here. It says 7/16 on it. This bushing sleeve is harder, as in tougher, than this. So this will wear out instead of your arms. So as you replace this, you have a lot tighter tolerance, hence making your row unit ride nicer on the ground, wear nicer, plant nicer, better yields. So that's the advantage to doing a system like this over just going and buying new parts. You could go buy new parts, but if you were to go buy new parts, you'd have to pretty much replace the mounting bracket, the box, everything to get it into good spec tolerance, because most likely it's out of that. But after you ream everything and replace it with this kit, it's like having a new row unit without having a new row unit. Downside, time consuming.
Very.
Time consuming. Upside, I believe they now sell, or I'm pretty sure, and like I said, I'll put it right here, all of this pre-done for you. Pretty nice. If you got any questions, just call them right there and let them know they actually sent you. It's been a year. They don't know that I'm making this video again. It's been a year since I actually contacted them, and they sent me one of these kits. I like it, so I'm doing it again as the promotion to you guys because it works. These guys here are 100 foot-pounds. And if you're wondering why I have a glove on, I tried to cut the tip of my finger off again. Gotta go check in on my dad. He's been tilling dirt all day. He's moving along. He's way in the back there. He's ready to go back to plan. And I'm a little cautious about where we're at soil temperature wise about this. Good news is I got a meeting with the champion agronomist Brandon. You guys have probably seen him before. Tomorrow morning to look at everything that we've got in the ground so far, see how things are coming with it. And then I might be planting this field right here, which now has like 230 acres in it or something. Quit. But my dad's out there, way out there in the 9400 in the vertical tillage tool, the Landau. Did have a little bit of a proud son moment this morning. In the 9400 was an In-Command 1200 with an on-track 3, and Dad's been using it. Well, I took the In-Command out of there to go map my tile runs and stuff this morning. My dad shows up, and while we get ready to go working on that planter, looks at me and goes, I want to go tilling. And I was like, okay. And then he looked at me and he goes, I'd like to have the steering system back in the tractor. And I was like, yeah. Which I've always been big pro technology, and he's just been kind of an guy, but he's coming around. He's coming around. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you haven't, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on the way out. We hope to be back in the field here real soon. Keep the videos coming. I'm trying to make it as interesting as content as possible when realistically wrench turning is just thrilling. We'll see you guys in the next one.